Lots going on here. Let's speak to the next guy. Brother Burkle.
Maker's blessing on you, brother.
May his divine spirit always light your way.
Ah, it's a great pleasure to meet a fellow believer.
I ain't believing in shit, mate.
I'm Brother Burkle of the Red Cliff Chantry, returned to my ancestors' land to spread the chant of light. I'm petitioning to open a chantry in Orzammar.
Oh, where do I know this voice actor from? I definitely recognize the voice, but I can't think who. Don't dwarves worship their ancestors?
There is resistance. It's obvious the world wasn't created by the mortal souls who dwelt within it. Yet the dwarves of Orzammar persist in worshipping their own forefathers.
That's their religion, you shouldn't interfere?
You speak as if these people have deliberately chosen to reject the Maker, but most of them haven't even heard his name. How can they choose the path of enlightenment if they never learn that the path exists?
You think you can... do you know the way? You think you can show everyone the way? Presumptuous fool.
Andraste revealed the truth. The Maker took her up to live at his right hand and... No, never mind. It's clear you strayed too far to be brought back with a single conversation.
Quest completed? The Chant in the Deeps. Brother Burkle was unable to start a Chantry in Orzammar? Wow, okay. That was going to be a quest where I could have helped him start a Chantry, and I just shut that shit down? That's funny.
May the Maker guide your way.
It's just like, slap, shut the fuck up, boy. The castes. Visitors to Orzammar should keep in mind that the hierarchies of Dwarven society are much more complex than our own. It is easy to gravely insult a man simply by mistaking his position. Since this can lead to unnecessary loss of life and limbs, I will attempt to mitigate the danger for my fellow travellers. The society of Orzammar is divided into nobles, warriors, smiths, artisans, miners, merchants, and servants. Now, you're undoubtedly saying to yourself, we have all those divisions among our own people. This is a dangerous misconception. Certainly, we do have nobility, artisans, merchants, and these positions are largely inherited from our parents. However, the younger children of noblemen often choose to be artisans or soldiers. The sons of merchants may join the army, or become servants, or apprentice themselves to craftsmen. This is all freely chosen. Limited, perhaps, by the circumstances of birth, but still chosen. What is a matter of choice for most human folk is dictated entirely by birth for dwarves. No one may become a smith who was not born to a smith caste parents. A servant who marries a noblewoman will never be a noble himself, and although his daughters would be nobles, his sons would be servants, for daughters inherit the caste of their mother, while sons inherit the caste of their father. What a weird fucking system.
Did you see that fight? In the old days, those men would have been told to join the Legion of the Dead. At least then they put that anger to good use. But not these days.
Legnar.
Topsiders? Good. Get some outside gold in here. Calm people down. Make them think we should open the gates for good. The more cracks in the old way, the better. That's what Balin stands for.
Your allegiance to this Balin is clear. Why?
Not your business, but I see where the gold is. He's the traditional pick, yet he wants a new way, whether some like it or not.
Do they? Some say Balin killed his father?
Just as many say Harrowmont. Neither are paragons, and the scales being equal, I go with the promise of more trade.
You approve of the chaos?
Can't find ore without splitting some stone. My investments are solid, I'll be fine. The Assembly has done us a favor. They've shown just how loose the sand is under our feet. It opens people to change.
A blight is coming. Orzammar can't be divided.
Orzammar will decide what we can or can't be. Blight may be imminent on the surface, but our warriors are well seasoned against Darkspawn. There will be topsiders left for trade. There's no end to you.
Okay, what have you got?
I'll take your gold. You're good for that.
Dragonbone Dagger. Tome of the Mortal Vessel. This book allows training that modestly increases the reader's base attributes. This tome gives the reader 1 or more points to spend on attributes, but is rendered useless after. For 15 gold? Yeah, go on then. Go on then. Oh my god, that's a lot of stuff. Remarkable sapphire. Who would that be? Alistair? Would that be for Alistair? Golden symbol of Andraste. Elegant gold disc suspended from a ribbon that bears the mark of Andraste's flame. Alley King's flagon. Demon head ring. And gold earrings. Guess we're getting it all. Usable. Tome of the Mortal Vessel. Wait, it's literally 1 point? It's literally 1 point? It was like 15 gold. And it's literally a single point? That sucks. That is not worth. Jesus Christ. Fuck you, you scam artist. Dust Town. Should we... I don't know if we should go to Dust Town before we go around here. Let's do everything else before we start changing areas, I think. The City of Orzammar. The dwarves are lauded for their craftsmanship, and the City of Orzammar is one of their finest works. Orzammar lies at the heart of the Frostback Mountains, deep underground. The city arcs outward from the royal palace, which is built around a natural lava vent, continually fountaining liquid rock, which both lights and heats the entire cavern. The topmost tier of Orzammar is home to a noble caste, with their palaces fanning out in both directions from the court of the king, as well as the Shaperate, which serves as a repository for all dwarven knowledge. The lowest tier is the commons, where the merchant caste holds sway, and where the finest works of Orzammar's craftsmen are for sale. In the centre of the river of lava, connected to the commons by a causeway, are the Proving Grounds, a sacred arena where the dwarves by ancient tradition settle their disputes. On one side of the fiery river are the ruins of old dwarven palaces, fallen into disrepair, which the locals call Dust Town, now home to the city's Casteless. On the other side of the river are the Deep Roads, which once joined the sprawling dwarven empire together, but now, after centuries of Darkspawn incursions, are largely sealed off. Nearly all knowledge of this network of underground passages has been lost, even to its builders. Okay, that's the captain.
Good day to you.
So straight down the end is to the Proving Grounds. Sure, let's have a look, I guess.
I heard about what happened and I don't really know what to say. But I feel like I need to say something. Sorry, perhaps.
I do not need sympathy, so do not feel obliged to give me comfort. We all die, Liliana, and we all know it. How is this different?
Because it's sooner?
Is it really? I may die next year, or I may die tomorrow, shot through the heart by a bandit's arrow. I do not know for sure. The constant fear of death is enough to take the joy out of anything, especially life. Do not worry for me or for yourself. Death will take us when it wills. Until then, we shall live, truly live.
Codex on Dwarven Propriety. Pursuant to Order 5.1a, no dwarf of indeterminate caste may conduct business in the commons. This was subsequently clarified by the Assembly to mean that the owning and operating of stalls or kiosks is limited to those of identified and approved house names with traceable ancestor lineage of at least 3 generations. Exceptions include individual purchases of goods or services from established stalls or kiosks, provided the funds are presented at the opening of the transaction, at the discretion of the stall or kiosk owner. I'm sure you understand the need to maintain strict quality control over all goods and services that flow through Orzammar, especially when we are making a concerted effort to encourage outside investment. The standards of Dust Town and that of the common brand are simply not sufficient. Your trade permit is hereby denied. Damn. Brutality. Oh wait, the Proving Grounds is like is a different area. Okay, well, again, let's not Let's not swap areas until we have spoken to everyone in this one.
You could not have come to Orzammar at a worse time.
Don't think so.
Key required for that, alright.
I miss old Indran. He was a good man.
What happens if the Assembly never picks a king?
Bad times.
The great paragon Branka will never return. The ancestors have taken her from this world.
Sag. Nug Wrangler Burmore.
I knew I should have stuck to common nugs. I've gone and lost them too. I'll never find them the way they skitter.
Common nugs. I don't like those. They look dirty.
No way I'm going back to that supplier in Dust Town. Guess I'm shutting it down.
These things dangerous?
Gotta boil them before roasting, but otherwise no, safe as sand. Some people swear they make good pets. May as well leash a turnip, I say.
What? If I see any nugs, I'll send them your way.
Good on you, stranger. Only need one to turn this around.
New quest, a lost nug. Has lost his nug inventory. Find one of them to get him back on his feet. Sure.
Excuse me, do you have a moment?
Momentarily.
Greetings, and welcome to Garen Garrison's Luxury Goods Shop. Wow, there are a lot of you. And I've never seen one of those before. The things they come up
Are you
with.
talking about Shale?
What was I saying?
Are you alright?
Oh, I was hoping you wouldn't notice. Most people don't anymore. Or maybe they're too polite to mention it. I had a little incident a few years back. Too much time with the raw Lyrium ore, you know. Maybe it was a bad vein. I cut myself and the dust got straight in the blood. Since then, it's been a little hard for me to concentrate. Except when forging, then I'm straight as an arrow. Best work I've ever seen. Look around the shop. See for yourself.
Aren't dwarves immune to Lyrium's effects?
Of course we are. Weak surfacers like you touch the raw ore, and you'll bleed from your eyeballs in hours. Weird seeing how big you are. Even surface dwarves lose it. Us down here, though, we should be able to handle it just fine. Only not too much, and not every day, and not breathing the dust, and not direct in the blood. Ancestors' own bad luck.
So working with Lyrium made you crazy?
Not crazy, just a little forgetful. Don't worry, I'm fine when I work. Just look at my wares. I have the best blades here. Enchanted to hold fire, ice, anything you want to put in it.
Let's see.
Right. Best in the trade, you know. I worked the ore myself.
Okay. The Rose's Thorn, 148 gold. God damn, dude. God damn. 30% backstab damage. Whew. Whew. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Obviously, cannot even remotely afford it. These are the armor ones, right? So that is what I already have, and that is fine. Plus 10 constitution, plus 6 health regen in combat, plus 10 health regen exploring. I mean, who cares about that? Plus 3 armor and 20% to healing effects received. Damn. Damn. Tome of Physical Technique, Restriction Warrior or Rogue. Well, good thing I can't afford it. Oh, wait, no. Brain, hello? Good thing it is only Warrior or Rogue because I can't afford it, and that would suck. Remarkable Diamond. I'm not buying a 7 gold gift. Are you insane? Golden Mirror? Who would want that? I don't know. I'll grab those. I'm not grabbing a 7 fucking gold thing. No thanks. No thanks. That's too pricey for me.
You look like you're not from around here.
Yes, you could say that.
Oh, wonderful. I've been trying forever to find someone who really knows the surface world. I don't suppose you've heard of something called the Circle?
Sure have. I'm a mage myself.
Then I'm truly honored. I've never met an actual mage. Is it true you can manipulate nature's forces with your mind? Like you were born with Lyrium in your veins?
Don't let the glamour fool you, child. Wielding magic is a dangerous occupation and a great responsibility.
Aren't there any mages here?
Of course not. Haven't you read First Enchanter Capelon's treatise concerning dwarfs and the non-heritability of magic? He tested dwarfs from 20 bloodlines and found they couldn't perform any level of spell casting, regardless of lyrium exposure or time on the surface. The Circle speculates that lyrium in the stone shields us from spiritual influences, and over time made us immune to them.
So what do you want with the Circle?
I want to go to the Circle to study. I don't want to do magic. No dwarf can cast spells, but I don't see why I shouldn't study it. It would be a valuable exchange. Orzammar would learn of one of the great natural forces of the surface. And the Circle gains direct access to our knowledge of lyrium smithing.
And what would the messenger get?
What do you mean? Oh, you're looking for payment. My father's shop refines lyrium for smithing. If you help me, I'm sure I could get you some.
Sounds good. I'll talk to the first enchanter next time I see him.
That would be wonderful. My name is Dagna, daughter of Janar of the Smith Caste. Tell them I've already begun reading the Tevinter Imperium's Forticum Kadab, and it's just fascinating. Did you know the Imperial Magister Lords once had genealogies of every human family known to produce a mage child?
She's so enthusiastic and adorable. I'm glad we're helping her.
Oh, I'll go pack my bags right now. I'll be waiting by my father's shop.
I wouldn't pack your bags until you know if you can go or not. Like, they might just tell you to fuck off, you know? Diamond Quarter. Nothing back here.
At least there aren't pigeons here.
Going.
Runestone. The Shaper's Life. Orzammar has carved a legacy from the stone, but history is more than the comings and goings that fill the streets. These caverns are old cuts and well-travelled. The true will of the stone is revealed far from the halls of politics and commerce. The Shaper must step away from the familiar and seek out revelations from the frontier or buried secrets from paths abandoned. The Shaper must first walk away if he is to return. Sure, very deep. Nug! You wrangle the nug into a box, ready for delivery to Burmore. And we got a codex updated, I assume, for a nug. Creatures. Nug. Hip deep in mad nugs. That's I keep thinking nuggets. Hip deep in mad nugs. Our screams deafen their keen ears. We will be nug poop. The nug is an omnivore common to the deep roads, a hairless creature that is almost blind as well as completely docile. It spends most of its time wading in shallow pools as well as mud pits, feeding on small insects, worms, and in a pinch, limestone and simple metals. Indeed, the digestive system of the nug is legendary, able to make a meal out of almost anything a nug finds on the cavern floors. Nugs reproduce rapidly, spreading into any niche within the deep roads they can find, and serve to support a variety of predators such as giant spiders and deep stalkers. So too do dwarves make meals out of them. Nugs are, in the poorer portions of Orzammar, one of the most common sources of meat available. Some dwarves even domesticate the creatures, claiming to find the creatures' high-pitched squeaks pleasing.
What's this? A human? Did we make these tunnels tall enough for humans? I'm sorry, but I cannot allow you past the front lines without Adesha's permission. And I've heard nothing of any new patrols scheduled to leave today.
Why'd you need patrols?
Don't let the comm fool you. The Darkspawn are down there, aren't they, Commander?
Either we finally have the edge, which I doubt, or the beasts are building up numbers for the next attack.
Hooray! Actually, they've made their move on the surface.
The surface? But I thought the vermin never went up that far except
during blights. Ancestors save us if that's what's happening.
Oh, it is. What do you know about Paragon Branca?
What anyone knows. She went out there with her entire house and she's never coming back.
You don't think maybe she's still there, Commander? She is a paragon, after all.
and now she's an ancestor. No one lasts 2 years in the tunnels.
Are Darkspawn the only danger in these tunnels?
Of course not. Down here, you're bound to run into giant spiders, deep stalkers, and other vermin.
Wonderful. Deep stalkers?
Ugly beasts they are. Walk on 2 legs, but they have the head of a worm and hunt in packs. Watch out. They're not afraid to take on a group their own size.
Oh boy. Are there no dwarves past this point?
A few outposts. Legion of the Dead, mostly. Fools that they are. Some scavenger types, too.
Legion of the Dead?
It's an independent company of soldiers. They accept no command but their own. Anyone who can bear arms can join, no matter his crimes or sanity. They hold a funeral when they join and swear their only goal is a glorious death.
Will you let me pass?
Into the deep roads? Not without a full unit of soldiers to back you, my friend. Or a Desher's permission to risk yourself. Orzammar can't afford to lose its citizens or honored guests on casual visits to the deeps.
Well, I'm glad I'm an honored guest, at least.
Aye, for your sake, I hope you've no reason to come here again.
Alright. Let's hand this in.
Go on, I'm out of the nug game. Got nothing to sell.
I've got a nug for you.
Saraka, I'm back in the game, such as it is. I don't have much besides gratitude, but find a bunch more of these and I'll toss you whatever I found.
Sounds like a plan. Okay, so that is everything in this area. So now let's start leaving it. And first off, let's go down to this area. What was it called again? The Dust Town. That's it. Keep saving, saving.
The differences between this side of town and the others is striking.
Oh, good.
We'll get plenty for their kid once we cut them out of it.
Enough.
Yes.
You will swish satisfyingly beneath my
All right.
I never liked this part.
Easy. The Casteless. The caste system in Orzammar includes many groups of privilege, the nobility and the warriors above all others, but to a lesser degree the merchants and the smiths and the miners. Tradition establishes a clear hierarchy, but as in any culture with an upper class, there is also a clear underclass. These unfortunates, the so-called casteless, are believed to be descendants of criminals and other undesirables. They have been looked down upon since Orzammar's foundation. They have taken up residence in a place called Dust Town, a crumbling ruin on the fringe of Orzammar's common areas. Orzammar society considers these casteless lower than even the servant caste. Indeed, the casteless are not allowed to become servants, as it is too honourable a position. They are seen as little better than animals, their faces branded at birth to mark them as the bastard children of their kingdom. Their home district, little more than a slum, is a haven for crime, organised and otherwise. Orzammar's guards seemingly cannot be bothered to patrol its streets. The best that most casteless dwarves can hope for is a life at the whim of the local crime lord, ended abruptly by violence or an overabundance of toxic lichen ale? Even so, there is some hope for the casteless, a dangling rope that offers a way up into greater Orzammar society. Since a dwarf's caste is determined by the parent of the same sex, the male child of a nobleman is part of that noble's house and caste. Strangely, it is acceptable for casteless women to train in the arts of courtly romance to woo nobles and warriors. They are known as noble hunters. Any male born from such a union is considered a joyous event, considering the low rate of dwarven fertility. The mother and entire family are then taken in by the father's house, although they retain their caste. The dwarves we know on the surface are also considered casteless once they leave Orzammar, although this is only relevant to those who return, if they are allowed to return at all. Dwarves who leave for the surface, the sun-touched as they're often called behind their backs, lose their connection to the stone and the favour of the ancestors, and thus are worthy of little more than pity, for upon dying they are said to be lost to the stone forever. Put that way, it seems a sad existence indeed. Sup, Rojek?
Who are you? You don't look like any guardsman I ever saw, and that's not much of a uniform.
I'm Dalen, a Grey Warden.
Oh, you looking for a chance to bring in some coin? Could be I have that opportunity, especially for someone with a few connections above ground.
I'd have to hear what you're asking.
No offense, but your kings have some laws that don't make sense in a practical kind of world. Like about who gets to buy and sell Lyrium, the sacred gift the stone provides us to show her love. No law should regulate that. The laws are meant to keep mages away from the stuff, so there's always buyers in the Circle Tower. I got one man named Godwin. He's expecting a delivery of his stone's weight. You want an investment opportunity? I could see fit to, say, sell you that Lyrium instead, at the reasonable price of 50 sovereigns. You can keep it, or, since you can travel freely from here, sell it to Godwin, who you know is buying. And if you bring back his return order, I could pay you, say, 20 sovereigns as a finder's fee.
It must be dangerous if you're paying so much.
More so for someone like you, I guess. Most dwarves born down here have a natural immunity. Other races, there are problems if they spend too long with the ore. The real issue is that Lyrium's valuable. It's only found down here, and human mages can't work without it.
I don't have that kind of money, Sag. Was it 50 gold he was saying?
Long as you keep your eyes down and your mouth shut, we've got no further business.
Excuse me, was that a veiled threat? I think that motherfucker just made a veiled threat. I'm gonna make an unveiled threat, dickhead.
Whoever you're looking for, it's not me, I swear.
Well, that convinced me. Alimar's Emporium.
What are you looking for? We got nothing to buy for the likes of you. Or maybe you wanted to sell.
This doesn't look like a store.
Well, our business is kind of covert, if you know what I mean. It's illegal in Orzammar for me to engage in protected trade, but they look the other way if I share things with my friends. For money.
I have some spare equipment. What'll you give me?
Why don't you take a look?
Nothing interesting. Unless... Is it the flawless ones that Shale has? Yeah. Better damage, better crit chance, better armor penetration, constitution, health regen in combat, nature damage. Converts all damage to nature damage. Oh, and the one he currently does converts all damage to fire damage. Right, I guess I forgot about that. And that's the one he's currently got, except it's better. 4 all weapon damage. So the stats are the same on both of these. It's just the bonuses. Health regen in combat, nature damage. As opposed to crit chance, weapon damage. Why is that one so much more expensive? Is the health regen in combat that good? Maybe? I don't know. How much do I have? 17 now. How good is that compared to mine? Nowhere near. Let's go for the cheaper one. I don't want to spend all my gold, which is basically what that is. Man, remember when I had so much money? Remember when I had the most money? Good times. Then I spent it all. That's the same, yeah? Yeah. I'll save the gold. Right, well, let's get rid of this stuff. I can get rid of that. Get rid of the bolts. Get rid of the shields. I guess I'm keeping that one. This is what we just bought, right? Yeah. Shell. Oh. Hands are flaming now. Interesting. Alright, bud. Assembly directive. Your efforts have been exemplary, but these self-proclaimed cartels must defer to the Assembly and restore order. Exclusion from caste and society is no excuse. Perhaps suggest that it would be a simple matter to march on their quarter, or simpler still to withdraw infrastructure support. A tunnel breach would be the most unfortunate, but current policy direction prohibits any deals that would legitimize cartel operations. Downward pressure on certain elements of our society has proven useful in shoring up the economy with an excess of affordable labour. It also encourages enlistment in the Legion of the Dead, the one accepted path to partial redemption and a vital force on our weakening front lines. This model suffers when criminals create their own hierarchies with alternative methods of social advancement. Every stone has a face that can't be carved, a side that must be earthward. We need their so-called dust town, but it would be inadvisable to include that in your negotiations. We have the utmost faith in you, The rest is obscured by bloodstains. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Your clothes are so fancy. Did you get them topside?
Yes, I did.
My mam used to say they don't got no stone to protect them topside. If I go up there, I'm gonna fall into the sky.
Do you fall into the roof here, dickhead? No, that doesn't happen.
Yes. When my doll left, he never came back. Who's to say he didn't fall up, eh? Don't fall into the sky when you go back up there.
Okay, you are dumb as fucking rocks.
Well, look at that. It's not often old Nadezda sees a fine-dressed stranger here in Dust Town. Help a poor cripple.
What about a generous kick in the face, if you ask again? My god, the fucking nasty responses in this game. They're just insane. I can't get over them. Here's 5 silvers.
Well, thank you truly, my lord. That's right good of you. It takes a stranger to notice how bad things are, huh? No dwarf would lift a sodding finger. Excuse my language. What takes you out of the diamond quarters, stranger? You got a vice you're looking for old Nadezda to fill?
How did you get crippled? Where does the body go to get drunk around here? How'd you get crippled?
I'd say it was an accident. Try to get some sympathy coin.
You just got sympathy coin, motherfucker.
I was running protection for the cartel when some guardsmen caught me. Duster I was with had coin for a bribe, but I took a stand. Guardsmen broke my sodding kneecaps and had me kneel in dung until the infection set in. Never healed proper.
Jesus! What's a carter?
Well, now I know you're not from here. The carter's who runs Dust Town. Jarvie has got her boys everywhere. They tell you, and you jump, because they're the only ones with the coin and the steel to get whatever they want.
Tell me about Dust Town.
It's pretty much as you see it. The raw stone where the Casteless live, because we're not welcome elsewhere. You're born to wear a branded face in Orzammar, and you'll live your life in Dust Town.
What do you mean by brand?
Means you don't exist. It tells everyone who sees you not to work with you, not to serve you, and not to care if you're hurt. The Deep Lords burn it into us the day we're born, so no one accidentally oversteps her place.
Where's the body go to get drunk around here?
If you have that kind of coin, Salroka, you don't want to drink what they've got here. Take yourself up to Tapster's. Long as your face isn't branded, they've got anything you want. I'll just stay out of your way then.
Man, this society is pretty fucked, huh? Can't speak to him, okay.
I'm no one, don't look at me.
Spare a bit for the needy?
This door appears to be made of solid stone. There are no visible means of opening it. On closer inspection, there is a small slot concealed in the fold of the stone, just big enough for a finger. Look through it. You see nothing but blackness.
Please, it's not for me, it's for my child. Have you a coin to spare, my lord? It's for my son. He's sick. He hasn't any clean clothes to wear or anything to eat today. Neither have I.
Why doesn't your son's father help?
A question I ask every day. He was eager enough for a daughter who would bring him into the mining caste. But since the boy was born, I've not seen nose or heel of the lout. And me alone on the street, forbidden to return to my family unless I... But no, I can't bear to even think of it.
What does your family want you to do?
My son's father is casteless, as is he. I used to be a miner, but my parents stripped my caste and refused to accept me back. Unless I agree to abandon the child in the deep roads and pretend I never bore him.
Jesus. We know that it's because they take on the father's caste. Isn't there any other solution?
Yes. I can become casteless with him, which is what I've done. Others have raised children like this, right? Begging for change, sleeping in doorways?
Wait. I was about to click it because persuade good, but this is actually persuading her to kill her kid. So, no. Can't you just take your son to the surface?
I thought about that. They say there's no caste up there. That humans don't care about lineage. I've never met a
I still do
surfacer,
care about
though.
lineage.
I thought it might not be safe.
No caste system. It will be hard, but you can make a life there.
I'm not afraid of hard work. Only of being somewhere with no chance to do it. If it gives my son a chance to live, I will go. Thank you, stranger, for opening my eyes. Perhaps I'll see you next in the light of the sun.
I'll be shining down on you. Cheeky level for Liliana. Cheekiest of levels. Okay, okay. Let's give her a bit of health, I think. And I guess one of these. Although I don't know what I'll put her in. Right. What are we going for? This. Arrow of Slaying. The archer generates an automatic crit if it finds its target. Reduce stam regen. Was there anything else we cared about? Fire without interruption, even when being attacked. That's actually probably something I want to get, right? Let's have that. And it's a passive, so I don't need to, like, add it. The Slums House.
What's next?
Let us be careful. Here I am.
Is this nothing? I guess it's nothing? Sure. What about this one? Nope.
You looking for some excitement, honey? You came to the right place.
Oh boy. And then that's the end, I guess. Alright, cool. Back we go to the commons then. Next place to check is down the middle, because we know over there's the one to progress main story.
Do you miss the life you once had, Shell? These centuries of memories you have lost.
Does it miss being within its mother's womb?
Do I... Well, no. I don't remember that far back.
It is no different. My memory stretches only so far, and what went before is now lost.
And you remember nothing at all? Not even a little bit?
There are images, faces who I have no names for, places I remember being, but not where they are. Do I miss these things? They are without context. I feel only disquiet when I think of them.
Like dreams, then. When you awake, all the details have fled.
Is that what it is to dream? Then yes, perhaps it is like that.
How very sad. To discover your entire life has been a forgotten dream. I am so sorry.
Sag. Did I equip Shale with the better thing that I found? Yes. Right, that is the new one. Yeah, okay, good. I was just like, hang on, did I? Did I? Proving.
Must the provings be so violent?
Sounds like that's the point.
Not happening.
Piotr Naidukin fights like he's in the Legion of the Dead. You should see his eyes. Mad eyes.
Is he also moody?
I hope you were enjoying the provings.
Good day, Grey Warden.
Good day, stranger. Welcome to the proving arena. We're still closed until the fighters make their preparations, but come back this afternoon if you want to watch the show.
What show's that?
Prince Balin called a citywide proving this afternoon to honor King Endrin's memory. All the best fighters in Orzammar will face each other in sight of the ancestors and win honor for their champions.
Sounds like fun. I'll come back.
Enjoy our grand city.
Did I talk to you?
I hope you were enjoying the provings.
This is so exciting.
What do they have to prove?
I don't understand those silent
All
systems.
soft, filthy things that are going to die.
Cutting out her tongue and fighting Darkspawn.
Balin's definitely fielding the stronger team.
Can't get in there. Okay, not really much to do in here at the moment. We'll have to come back here later. Which means time to follow the intended path. The story path. Have I got in any fights since I put this barrier thing on? I haven't noticed my mana drain at all.
Why does the bard stare at me so?
I was thinking of writing a song about you. The statue with the heart of gold. Or something like that.
It thinks my heart is made of gold. It is stone as anything else. Cold stone.
I meant that you had a good heart. It seems to me that you do.
And they call this having a heart of gold. Why?
Because gold is precious and shiny, and a good heart is just as valuable.
Shiny.
In a manner of speaking.
My heart does not qualify as shiny. I kill, frequently, and not without pleasure.
You have had a difficult life. Deep down at the center of your being, you are a good person. I believe that.
Even though I have never demonstrated this aspect? How peculiar.
You aren't all stone, Shell. There is a person inside of you,
If so, it is because I ate him.
Oh, fuck, I love Shale. Shale is great banter. Yoink. Just fantastic. Would there be one hiding around here? No. Alright, Diamond Quarter. Damn, I've really killed like 1,500 fucking enemies in this game? Jesus. Jesus. I would not have guessed it. Well, yeah, this immediately looks nicer, doesn't it?
I hope the Assembly picks a king soon.
You have come at a difficult time.
The noble houses do love
Orzammar
their
is
luxuries,
ailing
don't
for
they?
want of a king.
Questions arise regarding Lord Balin's impending marriage to a casteless commoner. Favoritism to the casteless suspected.
Wait, what?
Nothing I say is provably false.
Balin's marrying a casteless?
What's a human doing? Oh, must be the Grey Warden we heard about.
Does me? Harrowmont Estate. Okay, we'll go in there shortly.
This has dragged on too long. It's an insult to King Endrin's memory.
Yes.
House Aeducan, Shield of Orzammar. The Assembly has never named a paragon with so little disagreement as there was for Paragon Aeducan. No naysayers, only a single abstention. His worthiness was unquestionable, his favour with the ancestors clear. But family rumour says that the man himself was deeply troubled, prone to fits of melancholy and self-doubt. Never satisfied with his great achievement in protecting Orzammar, he died cursing that he had not managed to save the outlying Taigs. Before he rose to paragon, he was of little note. The memories tell us that he never entered a single proving, never sought to elevate his place among the warrior caste. He spent most of his years prior to the First Blight fighting skirmishes in the deep roads, keeping them free from surface bandits, content to live quietly with his wife and daughters. When the Blight began, it caught Orzammar in the midst of a vicious inter-house war. Most of the warrior caste was caught up in the feuding, for as word of attacks poured in, each great house demanded that the army be sent to defend their Taig, and no house would agree to sacrifice their own holdings for the safety of any others. The Assembly was so utterly tied up with the infighting that the Darkspawn spread unchecked to the gates of Orzammar herself. In the chaos, Aeducan grudgingly took command of the armies. He enlisted the aid of the mining caste to collapse overrun passages, called upon the smith caste to supply them with arms, and bypassed the Assembly and the nobles entirely. With his leadership, Orzammar was saved from annihilation. For his insubordination, he was made paragon. Yet, he always considered it a defeat. Huh. Interesting. Couldn't go in that door, could I? No. Yeah, no, I did check that.
Lord Balin's impending marriage to a casteless proves his dedication to change. No dwarf is without worth, he has been heard to say. The public has a right to know.
We are honored to have you here.
Damn straight. Royal Palace, that's where Balin will be then.
Is it true there's civil war on the surface, too?
Oh my, a surfacer in Orzammar.
That's me. I'm a pretty big deal. And that's the Chamber of the Assembly, okay.
Atrasvala.
Greetings.
We are glad to have you here, Warden. The Prince values your support, Warden.
You ain't got it. Yet.
You're wise to support the rightful king.
I don't. Yet. And that's the shape rate. Oh man, there's a lot of important people to talk to here. Are they all... Speak to the Lords of the Assembly, right. Speak to Prince Balin's dude, right. Speak to Lord Harrowmont's dude, right. That's a Deep Roads thing. Let's go to the Circle of Magi. So the Shaper 8 isn't an actual quest. But all the rest of that is. Hum hum. Ho hum ho hum. Hum diddly dee. Haha. I'm going to speak to Harrowmont first. Or Harrowmont's dude. Because the ultra-based guy in the pub said that he likes Harrowmont. So, I will give Harrowmont the time of day. But, it's probably a good idea to call it here before we get tied up in some long thing with that dude for a while. So, we will end it here. Very interesting stuff today. Lots and lots of exploration and learning about the Dwarven society and hierarchies and castes and how everything fits together here. And yeah, really, really cool shit. I'm enjoying. Hope you are too. If you are, if you could leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Share the videos around, share the playlist around if you can. I would really appreciate that. And I'll see you next time for more Dragon Age Origins. Thanks for watching. See you then.